Pod in the City is a Sex in the City podcast and thus contains adult themes and explicit content. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Pod in the City. I'm Amanda.
And I'm John.
We're two besties who bonded over Sex in the City in college.
And now, 20 years later, we're reliving it like it's our very first time. Season 2, episode 17. 20-something girls versus 30-something women. The girls get a summer share house in the Hamptons. Miranda tries to have some mature fun. Charlotte pretends to be in her 20s so she can date a 26-year-old. Samantha's ex-assistant throws a big Hamptons party using her Rolodex as the guest list. And Carrie runs into Mr. Big and his new girlfriend, Natasha. Oh, and Charlotte gets crabs.
It's a moment that we all remember, and I remember feeling it. And it's like so perfect the way they do it because she's having such a good time, and then it's just that like
doesn't this happen to
blood
everyone?
Drains? Yeah,
everyone knows this feeling.
Oh, the worst. You're just coming from the feeling of I am nailing it right now, and then you just immediately feel like gross. Yeah, hi.
Hey guys.
Hi. Wait. In your description that you just read, said Miranda tries to have some mature fun. What does that mean? Because she wears sunscreen?
I actually can't remember. It just says
her whole storyline was just that she like wore sunscreen and she wanted to
probably just because she's like being a bitch about wanting to be like, I'm so grown up. Mature as like I'm an adult and now I wear sunscreen and all these young people with
that sunscreen scene. I was like, I'm older than all of you, and I'm not this lame.
Well,
I still walk around with that sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
I'm trying to get tan.
Oh God, I would love to just be so tan.
Ooh, and you could wear that shirt. I love you in this shirt. I think it's such a vibe.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to go to a club. Now, guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit subscribe and hit like. Please hit like because we get confused. Last week, only 12 people liked this, but we had 500 views, so I'm confused. We think we're just confusing. We think we're just tricking people, like clickbaiting, but oh well. Thanks. Anyway, hit like, hit subscribe. I love seeing actually out that window. It looks so like inviting.
Nice backyard, eh?
Yeah, it looks inviting.
Yeah, there's a whole garden back there and stuff.
If you're just listening to us, not just, but if you're listening to us auditorily, is that right? Please leave us a 5-star review, please. If you want to leave us anything else, hit us with an email. If you want to leave us any less than 5 stars, just remember, reviews are forever. I know sometimes we say things that piss people off. That's okay. I listen to things that piss me off too, but I don't leave reviews. I just leave it.
I actually feel like this is a really supportive group. Like in general, I feel so safe over here.
I agree.
I love it. It's a cocoon.
And we'd like to keep it that way, baby. All about love.
Look at this dog behind me. You know what's going to be traumatic is that she's appeared here and then on the weekly roundup and then earlier today, me and Jody's episode. And by the time that one airs, like this dog's going to be out of my life like forever and I'm going to be so depressed. I think with this dog now.
I think some people missed the part where like the dog's only going to be there for like the weekend.
Oh yeah, people like welcome.
No, people like welcome. Yeah, exactly.
They were just saying welcome. Okay. Hi, Josie. I have this dog, Josie. She's a puppy mill dog. She's like the woman, her actual foster. I'm just taking her for the weekend while the foster does stuff. But she said that she was from a puppy mill and she like didn't know what grass felt like because she was in a cage her whole life. She's had like 1 million babies and she has stitches right now because she had a hernia right before they rescued her because she had so many puppies. And so she had a hernia. And like I'm just obsessed. And like she just puts her hand on my hand. Like she just wants her hand on my hand. And I'm already obsessed with it. And I know it's going to be heartbreaking when I give this dog away. Oh my God.
Well, luckily you'll only have had it for like 4 days.
That's not 5 days. That's enough time for me to fall madly in love.
Yes. Anyway, guys, that's all it takes to me. 5 days or less, baby.
And then
light me up.
When it comes to men, I'll fall in love that quickly, but I'll fall out even quicker.
Guys, something I do want to say, if you're here because you like Sex in the City, I don't even think my mic is plugged in.
Okay.
My mic has not been plugged in this whole time. The audio is going to be so fucked up. I just know
I promise it's fine. I know it is. Because I can hear it. I can hear what they're going to hear. You're okay.
Well, okay. Well, now it might be more fucked up.
What were you want to get into news and gossip? Were you about to,
One thing I did want to say was we're still in housekeeping slightly. Is if you like Sex in the City, we get it. And I'm sorry that we're wasting your time talking about other things, but we do that. There are other Sex in the City podcasts. If you want to stick to the rails, go check them out. But we also do every week, we do a YouTube live show. This week, we were all about Mudang.
Oh, she's so cute.
Mudang, which in like 4 weeks, I'll have forgotten who Mudang is. It's like one of those things that's like, the internet's obsessed for like a week, and then people are like,
you know
what's
what TikTok trend I was reminded of the last night? Can you take this down? I get nervous when I can't see our mouth moving because my hearing sucks.
Okay. Yeah.
My name is Jiki.
Yeah.
La 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 la. And I was like, whatever happened to that?
That's
was like
how all of them are.
Thing.
That's
and then I tried to look them up and like not a lot, and like I couldn't find half of them.
The one that I'm ready for it to be over because it just reminds me how painfully single I am is when the people run in together and they go, there's nothing I can help like the way you move.
But that's not single. I always see just friends doing it.
No, it's always couples, Amanda.
I always see friends. I have my algorithm.
Seems very horny to me. Well, it is very horny to me.
We could do it here and put it up as a TikTok. It would go viral.
How would we do that? We'd have to face.
Yeah, I would go forward and you go back.
No, we'd have to face this way.
Okay, hold on.
Ew,
let me just mirror my mic. You're going the right way. Wait. Oh, okay. So like this. So it's like.
Amanda. I know my side profile in that is not going to be giving what I wanted to be.
Well, I wasn't planning on ever watching that back. Well, you want to do it this way?
Wow, I'm glad I'm wasting people. Anyway, guys, if you like listening to our voices, please check out the weekly roundup. What I wanted to say was on my list for our show is I have had this sitting here for days.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Guys, look. This is sour. This almost fall, y'all. It is fall. This is an apple harvest Sour Patch assortment.
Okay, I don't know. I
haven't even opened it or tried it because I was like waiting forever, and it keeps sitting here. And now because we've been doing this so long, I'm just like. Anyway, listen. There's a cranberry apple flavor, an apple cider flavor.
So I don't know about that.
Okay. Well, do you think apple cider is going to taste like regular apples or cinnamon apple?
Maybe. Look, I love apple. It's my favorite scent. It's actually one of the rare scents that smells good on me is like citrus and apple.
Okay, but do you
I don't know if I want
like that like candy apple? Like I don't like green apple.
You know what I like are those suckers. That's the green apple,
caramel apple.
Caramel. Oh my God, those are good. Because it doesn't taste like anything. Because for the caramel part, it's pretty much just the sensation. And then once your tongue hits that sweet apple, it's like this sharp. It hits you.
Those are good for stoners. I mean, like it's a sensory treat.
Yeah, it's good.
I think if I could figure out a way to have food that has 0 calories, 0 fat, or anything that just gives me the sensation of eating, like the like different mouth feels, I think I could be really skinny.
You just get on Ozempic.
No, I like what I'm saying is I like that the mouth feel, and like it's very anyway. This is the apple cider one.
I candies when you quit drinking, because your body's craving sugar so much. Okay, what do you think?
Actually, I think this is the cranberry one. Sorry, guys. This one's pretty good, though. This one's actually really good. You can see it is red. Oh, wait. Here's a green one. This is caramel apple.
Okay.
I can cut this. If no this is...
This has to go up tonight, you know.
Oh yeah, like immediately.
Yes.
Then,
so let's get into some. Okay.
This is the one I really wanted. That actually tasted like a caramel apple. It tasted like suckers. It was really good. This is the apple cider. I want to see what it tastes like cinnamon. It does.
I
That
know.
one, I think,
I know, Josie.
that one's my least favorite.
All right.
It tastes like cinnamon. It tastes
Gross.
like applesauce. You know. I would say cranberry apple #1. Guys, if you try anyway, let's get on with it. That was mostly because I've just been sitting here and I wish I would have like eaten that in the time between this just because I needed a snack. So
all right, well, let's do some news and gossip. What do we got?
well, first, I saw that
Ooh, it's the harvest.
her and why did I just oh my god, Cynthia Nixon. I was gonna call her Kathleen Davis, and I don't know why. But okay. They are holding tomatoes. Kristen Davis says, I have no idea why we're holding tomatoes.
Oh, they're so zany, those
and
two.
My real question here is, what filter are they using on this photo? Because I'm not here to judge. I'm
pink.
Just saying they look like 12-year-olds. Both, like, I don't know, something going on.
They actually look good. Cynthia Nixon looks gorgeous. I mean,
they look great.
Yeah, wow.
They look very smooth. Very
young.
Very
she looks like she looks in
young.
Amadeus, the movie. Amadeus.
That's what I'm saying. They look very young. So I think there was a touch of Facetune. And you know what, ladies, what I'm going to say about that, you don't need it. You two are so fucking stunning. And now watch it be just
I'm
like...
impressed. I'm impressed.
Maybe my problem is, if you guys know that Cynthia Nixon, when she posts her photos, they're just like the worst photo.
Or a Janelle Brown post.
Terribly taken.
Like they both don't understand they can retake things and they don't have to press post.
Maybe that's why I'm being confused by this one, because this is just like a well-taken photo.
And it looks like there isn't a filter, so maybe that's the key.
Yeah, like I think, yeah, okay. You know, as you guys know, I think we'll do this one next, right?
All right.
Sarah Jessica Parker celebrated the 17th birthday of her doggy, Kissy. Oh, Kissy.
Josie's upstairs trying to howl at the cats, and this is what it sounds like.
Oh,
has she
ever been around cats?
I think so. She doesn't seem like bothered by them at all.
Do they seem bothered by her?
My cats don't give up. Oh. They love when other dogs see her because they fuck with them. They'll like walk by and be like, hi. And then the dog will go after them. And then the dog gets in trouble. And they're like, sorry about that.
This is like the sweetest message ever. It says, we all, Papa, Mama, JW, Loretta, and Tabitha, are every day so happy to be with you and ever so grateful you are well and still dancing around at mealtime.
That gives me hope for my little Jack Russell. Walter. Just that he could live to 17.
He's a mix, right?
He's a Jack Russell Chihuahua, which is even better because mixes live longer.
I struggle to believe that this photo, this seems like it has a bit of Facetune as well, because this dog isn't looking 17 to me.
I know, Walter's not that,
where's the white
He's
face?
like pure white now.
Exactly. Like,
but that's so nice because you don't see Sarah Jessica Parker as like loving animals just because Carrie Bradshaw doesn't really like care about animals, which is like weird. None of them have animals.
Posts also are very what you'd expect.
Yeah. Also, I take it back. They all have animals, right?
Who?
All the girls. Charlotte has the dog, and Miranda has the dog, the cat the whole time. Fatty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They ever give an update though? Okay, so guys, they keep trudging along with this filming
Yeah,
of
what are you
And Just
doing?
Like That. I don't know what the hell's going on, but literally yesterday,
I saw them.
September 24th, they were filming at the Hot Fellas restaurant. This is the Hot Fellas restaurant because in one of these photos, they had a door handle that was shaped like a baguette
I
or a
like that.
French
I
loaf.
love kitschy shit like that.
I do too, but like I'm assuming they're gonna now use the Hot Fellas set as like the restaurant as like the meeting place of the girls,
All
because now
right, well,
there's been
good.
multiple
Good.
times when they've had them there, which fine. I'm liking these outfits more. Miranda, I'm liking
Miranda
more.
looks so cute. She's wearing all these colors are her colors. She looks honestly, she looks 20 years younger than in the first season of And Just Like
She
That.
does. She has
She
her
looks so
red
good.
hair. She has a yellow, like long
Turtleneck.
sleeve kind of top that's tucked into a long maxi skirt with this like 70s kind of orange black squared print kind. It's
Right,
really
kind of
cool.
clockwork orangey. I love it. She looks so good.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I think the Hot Fellas fine, but I think that the Hot Fellas storyline, I hate to be this big, but like it takes this show from realism into complete stupidity. Like I mean, not to be mean, but like it's very Sex in the City to the movie. Like Hot Fellas is a Sex in the City 2 movie storyline. No?
Do you think that Anthony's asshole's on fire in this picture? Because remember, he's taking it up.
I think he only took it once.
That was it. He's like, that it's not
I have
happening.
yet to see that, guys, and we are inching
2 weeks,
ever
Joan.
closer. Is that what we're still rolling with it? Because they haven't they're not even done filming this Sex in the
Let's just get second season out of the way so that you're fully caught up and you'll have seen everything, and then we'll be ready to roll.
Maybe we'll get some. Maybe we'll do some. We'll hit it hard too as the holidays are coming up and really
it'll be perfect.
Bust our load all over the place. Now, guys, again, if you've still made it here before we even got into the episode, check out our Patreon because we talk about fun shit over there. We talk about our lives. We talk about you deleted the photo, but we this week did Golden Girls. Check her out.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this episode, shall we? It's a good episode. 20-something girls versus 30-something women.
It is a really good episode.
And when we first watched this, when it was airing, I was a 20-something girl, and now I'm not even past the 30-something women. I'm just Samantha in this.
Well, this is just so interesting.
I've always loved this episode. This is a strong episode. I think this would at least like tickle my top 10, maybe.
There is always something for me about, and I don't know if this is my childhood escapism feeling. Like I love the idea of anytime a show of any kind goes somewhere, like goes on a trip. It reminds me a lot maybe of like when TGIF would go to Disney.
Yeah, Full House.
Like Full House went to Disney. Step by Step did a Disney one. You know, I love that. So I love when they go somewhere, and I love that at first. Now I have watched the episodes many times. I have not done a full rewatch in a few years, but I was surprised because I was thinking for a while that this was going to be the other Hamptons episode where Samantha throws the melon through the window.
The wedding. That's the one where Cynthia Nixon looks like the most beautiful woman in the whole world.
That one's a good one. But I remembered that that's Richard's house.
Yes.
So I was like, ooh, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Let's
get to it.
Okay, so this episode starts with this. It's kind of a throwback to like first season, eh? How this opens, it's kind of a Brady Bunchy thing.
Oh yeah,
so this is a story about a lovely couple, Rob and Elaine, and it's just a Brady Bunch style thing, and it's like all these couples go to their Hamptons house. They all fuck each other.
It's basically too about the idea. It's like that show Summer House, where which
but I got tricked into watching on my Vanderpump first watch. I'm like, why am I watching this?
I don't
like I'm following these twins back to New York now.
I think though this is an idea that like was foreign to me of what this is like that people from New York City will then rent a house in the Hamptons with like 6, 8 of their friends so they can split the cost. They rent it the whole summer and then go out there for the weekends and, you know, whatever.
That is so much schlepping.
I would never.
The schlepping.
Because it's at least I believe it's a 2-hour drive, isn't it?
Yeah, I used to do gigs every summer there in the Hamptons.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, and the drive was rough. It was
I wouldn't want to do that every weekend.
I remember my mom flew in and she saw me and Kiss Me Kate out in the Hamptons, and it's like about an hour and 40-minute drive back, but like there was some maybe baseball event or something happening and it took us like 3 hours, and it was bumper to bumper, and this is at like 9:30 p.m. and it was really, that was maybe the calmest I've ever seen Daphne, my mom, because I think it was just this kind of, you have to just reside. Yeah, just like she just gave herself over to it finally. So it was actually, it wasn't as stressful, but it sucked. Oh my God, it sucked.
So anyway, yeah, these couples, this main couple rents out in the Hamptons, but they're just dating. They're not married or anything. Because it ends up all falling apart, really.
Yeah, they all have sex with each other, and it's too awkward to even like use it again. So Janet called Charlotte, and they're going to get a great deal for the month of August. And Miranda goes, sharing a house with your friends in your 20s is fine, but in your 30s, isn't it kind of pathetic? I would argue that not Carrie, but any of the other three could have just afforded to rent a house in the Hamptons.
Yeah, but
right?
I could see
Miranda's
why you
lawyer,
would.
Charlotte comes from money, and Samantha's, I'm at PR. I'm in PR.
I could see why you would rent a place together, I guess. Or...
I guess. I mean, it's fun. It's a fun like throwback
anyway. So, but also Samantha isn't in her 30s, so continue.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, it's like, why doesn't Samantha just like rent a house for the weekend and they just all go?
I don't think she wants to go anyway.
Oh, that's true.
None of them really want to go. Charlotte just presents the idea.
Yeah, she gets a little sentimental and nostalgic, and she's like, "This might be our last summer to all do something like this, and like one of us could be married or have a baby, and then we'll always regret this one summer we didn't spend together in the Hamptons." So they're all like, "All right, sure, let's go." So now we go over to Samantha and her assistant. This girl is so funny. I appreciate her even more on this watch.
I hate the cadence that she speaks with,
but it's so good. And I always think of like,
sorry, I'm confusing.
You're thinking of
Nina.
Laurel.
I hate Laurel. I love Nina.
Oh, I love Laurel too.
Oh, that reminded me of Laurel and Yanny. Remember that?
No.
Thing. It was like this sound you could hear this sound, and
that just came on my thing like last night.
Me too.
I can only hear Yanny. Is that coming back or something now?
I think it was someone they showed it to someone who had no idea what it was before.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. God, I don't want that to come back, but I can only hear Yanny. What do you hear? Do you hear Laurel?
I actually, when I was listening to it this time, I heard neither. I was like, is something wrong with me? I'm not hearing either of these, but.
Well, anyway, this girl, her name is Marissa Ryan, and she's in the original Wet Hot American Summer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I want to watch that. I think I saw it on a plane once, but I wasn't paying attention.
I love that. I love that movie.
Anyway, but she's so good. And I just I have to appreciate these little bit parts like this, just that like I can already tell that like when she went in for her audition, you can just tell that this was just something so different than what everyone else was probably doing. Like she had a full-fledged character here, and she's just great. And they get in a fight, and she's on the phone, and Samantha's like, "Get off the phone! You're my assistant." And she's like,
because she's talking about like who she's gonna fuck and what she's been doing and who's fucking who.
I'll let you fuck me in the ass.
Yeah, like crazy shit.
With Samantha's clients, and she's like, well, I'm actually gonna create my own career. And Samantha's like, no, that's the difference between you and me. You are my assistant. And then the assistant says, well, no, the difference is you stood in line at Studio 54. I stood in line at Studio 54, the movie, which I actually saw in theaters with Brad and maybe you. Mike Myers is in it, and he says he's I specifically remember it was shocking. He does cocaine, which was crazy to see.
Mhm.
Because at that point he was just Austin Powers to me.
Oh.
And then he like tells someone to suck his dick in it. Like he says those words, like, or like he says, like, give me a blowjob. And it was
Ryan
just so
Phillippe's in
shocking.
that though, and he's
I don't
fine.
really remember much, but do you know Today's Special, that show, that Canadian show where the mannequin like comes to life and he has like a hat? His name is Jeff.
Oh no. I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't know those details. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
He
anyway,
was
it's a
on it?
Canadian show, but it's like show you grew up with. Anyway, Jeff, his name is Jeff Hislop. He got cast as the Phantom in the Canadian National Tour, and I went and saw it at the Jube. And at one point, like Christine rips off his mask, and he goes, "Damn you, damn you!" And I was scandalized that Jeff said "damn" twice.
Oh. Okay.
I
I'm like,
truly,
where's this
truly affected
going?
me.
Got it.
So we're at the jitney, right? Is that what's next?
Yeah.
No, jitney. Also, another thing here that I don't believe that they would ever take the jitney.
You know who takes the jitney and loves the jitney? Sonia Morgan. Sonia Morgan loves a ride on the jitney, darling.
Why? Like I guess
I'm people. Honey.
I'm like basically the
water.
women's age, and I have what like a millionth of the money that they have. And I still think if you and me were in New York, we would at least spring for like a rental car for the day or something.
Well, I don't think some of them want to drive in the Hamptons. They want to be driven. So I think Sonia takes the jitney and then gets driven around the Hamptons.
And is drunk. I think she takes the jitney so she can be drunk.
Well, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Anyway,
so they're at the jitney, and I always remember being so like aghast by Miranda's floppy hat here, like just as they're walking up, she's wearing kind of like this green tank top, this long skirt. It's no, this is a different hat, which is nothing. Like you brought two floppy hats, but she's wearing a bigger one than that in that picture. But
okay,
floppy hat, and I remember always thinking it was so hideous and big, and now. I don't know what happened with fashion, but I was looking at it, I'm like, she's kind of in style. It looks good.
She is, I think.
As crazy as I remember it.
It's starting this storyline for Miranda all about skin health.
She's being old.
Very important.
Well, she's always putting on lotion. Like when she's sitting in bed with Steve, she's like lotioning up. I know that that's a thing that women do.
She does have very fair skin too.
Yeah, I do too. I should probably add that to my bedtime routine, or just in general. Lotion at all.
Just sensual lotioning in bed.
I just never put
Guys,
on lotion.
Imagine if you're a fan of Amanda, she'll be sensually lotioning in bed as for part of her new routine. Oh, now we're taking dog photos.
They're just next to each other. All right. Anyway, so they're at the jitney, and Charlotte's like runs up and she's like, "Oh my God, you guys, I thought you were gonna miss it." And she introduces them to Greg, who is 26, played by Anson Mount from the movie Crossroads,
baby. He looked hot in this episode. It's unfortunate.
He looks hot in Crossroads too. Is he younger in Crossroads or older? Older in Crossroads.
Because he plays like the like basically he's like a felon who they pick up, and he like possibly they think he may have killed someone.
Yeah, and Terry Manning's like, he did his time.
I think he accidentally killed. Well, that sounds like you. I think Amanda thinks Anna Delvey did her time, y'all. Anyway,
I was just seeing that point being made on TikTok, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Comparatively, she did do her time.
Anyway, I
don't
really
actually give a shit
care.
about the other side. Anyway, Anson Mount. But do they find out in Crossroads if he did kill someone? I feel like they find out that he did.
I think that there was like an accident or something. I can't remember what happened. I've watched that movie probably 25 times. I was a insane Britney stan. Full like cardboard cutout of her in my bedroom. In fact, there is a feature of me. I don't even want to reveal this because this is gonna be like used as blackmail. I was friends with a girl who, one of my girlfriends in high school, was on the yearbook committee or team making the yearbooks, and was doing an article about in it. You know, they would do articles. Did you have that at your guys's in high school?
My
It'd be
school was
like,
self-taught, so it was like no one really cared
oh,
about what the other groups were doing.
see, we had like thousands of kids at who went to my school
No.
basically because there was like 800 of us in my graduating class. Now, in our thing, this girl did an article about how we decorate our bedrooms, like how basically how high schoolers are decorating their bedrooms in 2004 or whatever. And so there are photos and quotes from me in my bedroom, like me posing with like stuff in my bedroom. There's like some quote about me talking about like wanting bougie sheets for my bed.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to dig that out, eh? Check out our Patreon. I'll talk about it over there.
I mean, it's so embarrassing to remember anything we did past 2 years
I
ago.
am mortified to think about a lot of the things that I did.
Dude,
and that's why I'm so afraid to see certain people because I'm like, oh my God, you experienced
I'm
me
not the same
doing
person.
that.
That I sent you that Facebook, all these Facebook memories. The one I sent the other day, and I was like, I'm clearly humble bragging here. It was like something
What
like,
was it again?
it was like on my way to my last shift at locale, and then I gotta get in that script and do my homework before the first rehearsal or something.
What's locale?
Like here's some restaurant I worked at in Astoria.
I mean, that is always
like
the
before
story.
I went
like,
off to do a gig somewhere.
The job you work before
yeah,
you.
I was like, better get it. Now I need to get in
job.
that script.
First day of school, babes.
Yeah, I mean, God, I hate that.
Sorry,
also,
guys.
Nobody that I did do that. Oh, God. Anyway, okay. So anyway, this guy's from Crossroads.
He's
Great.
hot in this episode. It's upsetting that he has crabs. But
yeah.
I mean,
anyway, they get there. The women start drinking. Miranda's pissed because everything smells like mildew. And Greg drops by, and Charlotte's like, "Ooh, it's that guy, Greg, I met on the jitney." And if he asks, he thinks I'm 20. If anyone says anything, he thinks I'm 27. Now we're at this beach mixer. I kind of feel like, I don't like parties. I almost could handle this kind of vibe. Dark.
What do you like about it?
I think I like the fire and just that, like, it's windy. I like the constant wind. I like being
outside.
Yes. I don't generally like being outside, but this is nighttime outside, which is different than daytime outside.
I feel freer outside or something. Like I don't feel constricted. That's why I like places with windows. I don't like when a place doesn't have windows.
Yeah. I like that like everyone just kind of looks like shit at the beach. Like a little bit like shit because there's salt water and there's sand and you can't really keep your makeup on.
But that's also a look too.
Yeah, like beachy.
I love like the beach waves and all that.
Right. So there and Miranda has this line as if it was written by Amanda Kaczynski. She goes, "Okay, this is fun. How long do we have to stay?" It's pretty much my life motto. How long until I can start just like, making my Irish accent?
Leaving?
Yeah. And Carrie goes, oh, and so then they see this girl puking and another girl holding back her hair. And it goes, "That's the thing about 20-something friends. They're very considerate. They'll always be there to hold your hair back." I just got choked up because then I just remembered that Miranda does that for Carrie later, even though I fucking knew that she was going to do it because I've seen this episode 700 times, but it's still, yes, because it's just that's such a nice way. You know why I like that? Because they don't oversell that. Mm-hmm. They don't have Carrie's voiceover going, and then Miranda held my hair. They just let us figure out like what that was. It's okay. The dogs.
I think that's probably how they do it on just like that too.
That they're subtle,
very lightly.
All right, so now Laurel Rachel Miner is this girl's name. What do you know about? I think
her name's Yanni.
What? Her name's Laurel. Oh,
I heard Yanni.
Okay. God, I'm stupid. Hold on, okay, we're back, and I have.
Wow, I had to. Amanda actually had to just recover after that knee slapper I just told. She was like laughing so hard she had to pause it. That's what just happened.
Well, you did it in such a dry way. It was a very Tig Notaro way.
That's why I liked it. I thought it was pretty cute.
All right. Well, you looked really cute doing it. I'm so sorry that I got distracted by this poor little shelter dog. Okay.
Amanda is fostering a dog for 4 days while its other foster is gone, and now she's in love with it and
I'm obsessed.
She's gonna probably steal it.
She does this. She likes to put her paw on my hand and just hold hands.
Yeah, especially when you put your anyway. Continue.
So Laurel, this girl, not Yanni, her name is Rachel Miner. Do you know who this girl is? Do you know the significance of this actress?
Which one is
It's
she?
gonna blow your mind. Laurel.
She reminds me a lot of what's her face?
Amanda
Paquin.
Bynes. Huh?
Anna Paquin.
Oh, yes, I can definitely see that. No, but the actual actress, this
Oh
is
my
the
God,
girl that Macaulay Culkin married when they were like 16, and then they got
Oh
divorced like a year
yeah.
later. Isn't that crazy? But it kind of like it totally
And now
makes sense somehow.
I remember and I picture her and she gives a weird vibe, which
But
she
like
plays
it kind
the
of seems
part
like those
well.
two would maybe get along really well. Like it just seems like they both were a little weird, like kind of,
Yeah.
but in a good way.
He's now with Brenda Song.
Yeah, I know. Did you see like him getting those awards?
Yeah, and how
Like
he like basically thanked her and his kids for
so
like
nice because
saving
that was
him and everything.
he was really on the path to destruction there for a
Yeah.
bit.
Okay, but there are some really good moments with this Laurel. There's one that's later happens. It's a well-directed moment where she's really all up in Carrie, and then Carrie walks away from her, and they let the camera linger enough where you can still see her in the shot where she like drops the
Really?
yeah. I
Interesting.
don't know
I
if
like
I'm
that.
hoping they did that on purpose.
I'm
It's
sure they
later
did.
on.
Yeah,
Anyway, continue.
she's got a very like indie movie kind of
She does.
vibe
She
about her.
reminds me of Jenna Malone too, and that kind of like
I
she
saw
doesn't
her.
look like Jenna Malone. She looks more like Anna Paquin to me.
She definitely looks like Anna Paquin. I saw Jenna Malone in Doubt on Broadway, and she was awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a hard show though, too, because you have to have a Brooklyn
Because I
accent in
like
it.
her, I think.
Yeah, she's good in Stepmom.
Oh yeah.
A
I
really
have
good
not.
movie. Oh my
I'm
God.
not watching
Oh
Stepmom
my
anytime
God.
soon.
Jesus Christ. Jesus
No thanks.
Landon. All right. So next morning. Oh, wait. Oh, so Laurel's like, oh my God, Carrie Bradshaw, I know you. I think that she plays this so well. This is another.
There is a weird
real life
cadence though to the every way she says every line
Like,
that
you don't
like
like
would
that?
drive me. If I was
Oh,
with
I
her in
love
person, it would drive me
it.
crazy.
Oh, it's
She's like,
almost soothing
you
to
are
me. I really like
so
it.
you're Carrie Bradshaw.
She's
It's
very,
like
very.
yeah, it's like I mean,
Like
I'm sure
Trisha
people would be
Paytas,
like,
remember
shut the
that
fuck
clip
up,
of
dude.
Trisha
You
Paytas
sound
where the guy's like, you always go at the end of
yeah.
every word. It's kind of what Laurel's doing here.
Yeah.
Anyway, she wants to hang out with Carrie in the city and have Carrie be her mentor. She's like, I'll do anything, laundry, I'll do anything. Carrie's like, no manual labor. And then Carrie's like, I do have a busy summer coming up. I'm like, what the fuck do you have to do?
Hamptoning.
Yeah, I guess. So the next morning, Miranda.
And coming up, like, isn't it July at this
Oh
point?
yeah. This is no, it's
Got a
August.
busy summer coming up.
It's like, okay, what you have a book party to go to, Carrie? Relax. So next morning, Miranda's pouring her coffee and she comes out and she's like about to smell the fresh ocean air. She looks down and there's puke on the deck. And she goes in, she's like, somebody puked on the deck. And Charlotte jumps up from the couch and she's laying on top of what's his name? Greg. And then she's like, oh, sorry, Greg had to like puke. And then Miranda's like, what are you, 25 now? And Charlotte's like, no, 27. Next, Carrie
Would you ever
you need to stop messing with that mic. It's making some
That's because I'm
really what?
Would you ever date would you ever lie about your age like this to someone?
I almost would for like a job interview because I've just noticed how like there is
technically you're not supposed to like say your age, or people aren't even allowed to actually ask you your age.
Yeah, but then there's these ways that like remember when I was like auditioning, when I was applying to be like a dog walker for that company? Because again, I'm just trying to get on the books anywhere, even if I work 1 hour a month. But and then she asked me to make like a TikTok video, like of like a 2-minute video. Remember that? And like somebody was like that. I think that's how companies try to see like what you look like.
Also, that's absurd. Any job that asks you to make a TikTok video, except for a job that is literally making TikTok videos, tell them to go F off.
So
there's my mentoring for any.
So anyway,
any
there's puke. Oh, okay. So Carrie now is at her house and she's back in her house. Also, why doesn't Carrie just stay in the Hamptons? Does she need to come back to the city for anything? She writes her column and submits it online. Doesn't she?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not. Maybe online. Maybe she doesn't even have the internet yet.
Pretty sure she has the internet.
No, because remember when she gets AOL, that's like a whole storyline when Aiden and she's like, oh my God, can he see me?
Oh, so she like what drives her? She like prints it
I think
and then
so.
drives it
And like
into like
hands it to someone. Yeah.
interesting.
So
Woof.
Carrie's sitting at her house and she's looking at old photos of herself when she was in her 20s.
Mhm.
And did you notice the dress she's in? It's so cute.
No.
You didn't? It's like this kind of, it's almost like a Dutch girl kind of a look. And it's just
Okay.
like this A-line, almost 50s look.
Oh.
And it has like 3 buttons here. And it's like spaghetti strap, blue. It's like Americana colors. You're not picturing this?
I can't
She just
remember.
looks so cute, and I'm so sad. Like she's just sitting down in it. I wish that this dress was
Uh-huh.
like in more scenes. You'd remember it if you saw it. Anyway, so she's realizing like she shouldn't be scared of 20 somethings. They're great. So now Carrie takes Laurel to a book event, I guess. This is the one thing Carrie had to do. And Laurel wants to write a memoir. And she's like, do you think it's too early for me to write a memoir, even though I'm in my 20s? And Carrie's like, as long as it's not about sexual assault or like suicide or something like that. And I'm like, I feel like that's horrible advice. Shouldn't you write about that? If that
Yeah.
happened to you, why wouldn't you?
We find out though that Laurel oddly it wants to write about being a virgin.
Yeah, how girls my age are waiting until they're married. And Carrie's like,
This doesn't
are
make
you
sense.
telling me you've never had sex with a man? And she's like, no, never, not. I am a virgin. And Carrie's like, wait,
You
what
are
is your,
speaking with her cadence. I hate it. You're like,
because I'm a good actress. Yeah. Well, it's actually, you know what? Her cadence is me when I get really Tourette'sy. Like,
oh.
because I'll do like that. Like, it sounds like I'm kind of
Oh.
laughing. So it's
Oh.
kind of easy for me to get into this Laurel voice. Hey, great.
Well,
Hey,
I don't mean any
Gio,
hate
call me.
towards anyone.
So Carrie goes, wait, what's your definition of sex? And then Laurel's line here is, are you implying I'm some type of Lewinsky? No hand jobs, no blow jobs, nothing. Love a good Lewinsky joke in there.
Why would you be interested then in reading about people being like having sex before marriage and stuff if you're saving your those things don't align, no, or what?
I actually just don't really, unless you're religious, I don't really understand the point of waiting. I mean, I don't think kids should be doing it, but like, I don't really and especially now that I'm dating in my 40s, I'm trying to like gauge, like, I mean, what, like, am I supposed to wait a couple dates before having sex with these men? Like, really, what am I proving at this point? Like, should I make him wait 4 dates to have sex? Like, does it really matter at this point?
Who knows? I think that there's, unfortunately, because of the patriarchy and general misogyny, the idea if a woman has sex with more than one man ever, they're like a
Yeah, true.
trollop. So like men can have sex with a billion women, and if a woman's body count, which I hate that name, I hate that term anyway, like body count, like who's dying after I fuck them? No
Yeah.
one.
I couldn't even tell you mine. I have a third
Same.
date with that guy this Saturday at my house. I might, and I'm gonna be on my period, hands down. So
Jesus.
fingers crossed.
You're really good on that. You're really good at lining that up. Anyway, keep it pushing,
Oh,
bags.
John wants me to keep it pushing. Okay, so where are we here? Laurel goes to get Carrie a Cosmopolitan, and Bradley Migo, we're
Yeah.
saying both names for some reason. His name is Patrick Breen, and he looks very familiar, but he's like not from really anything. I think he's just kind of in everything
He just
as like
looks
little bit
like
parts.
generic white dude.
Sure, curly
Yeah.
black hair.
He's like not cute.
It's actually pretty good casting because he's not uncute, but
Yeah.
he's not like gonna rock your world, and he's kind of nice. This is actually a really good conversation that they have here. So he asks if he can call her in the Hamptons, and she's like, sure, you can come by the beach this weekend. You can see me and the girls. We'll have a big umbrella. And then Laurel comes back and she's like, did you just pick him up while I was getting your Cosmopolitan? Lady, you got it going on. So now
that would have driven me over the edge.
Really,
That's, like,
I love it.
so embarrassing sounding. Lady, you've got it going on. Ew.
She thinks that Carrie's amazing. So now the ladies are at the beach. They're sitting under this umbrella. Carrie looks. I love Carrie's outfit. Do you have this picture? Are you in the? Hey, I got it.
On the
I
beach.
love this outfit of Carrie's. It's so ugly, but like she looks so good.
Yeah, it's like a board shorts with a leaf monstera leaf print. Or maybe
Yeah,
those are
and like the
bananas.
colors
I
of
think they're
green.
bunches of bananas, maybe. I don't know.
The colors of green are very like kind of foresty and almost
And
neon, but then
it's
her
like an olivey too.
hmm,
And then she's wearing like a bikini top that almost looks like a bra with like white, blue.
and mint. And I like that the mint clashes so much with the board shorts. For some reason, it really works for me. And then she's
Mhm.
got like the beachiest of all beach hair, Carrie necklace, and pink aviators. I cannot. She looks like
Love.
fashion. Miranda has a different floppy hat on here. And
Mm-hmm.
Samantha looks fine. Samantha's not really in this episode. So Carrie, how the fuck he comes up, Bradley Migo, and she's like, everybody, this is Dr. Bradley Migo. And I'm like, how the fuck did she remember his full name? I would have trouble remembering his first name. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
I'd
remind
forget.
me of your name again. He leaves, and then Carrie's like, they're like, he's cute. And she's like, yeah, I just don't know if I'm interested. And then Samantha's like, well, good looking, polite, house in the Hamptons. Miranda's like, good on paper. And then Miranda goes, well, you know what they say about good on paper, bad in bed. So Carrie goes for a walk down the beach with Bradley Migo, and I guess they have chemistry. And I'm really just staring at Sarah Jessica Parker's body this whole time because it's banging.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like a nice guy. Unfortunately for nice guys, most women want an asshole.
It is true. So anyway, he asked her out, and they get back from the beach, the women, and they go. Miranda had left early to go shopping, grocery shopping. And they get back and Miranda's like, hey, she's in good spirits. And she's like, hey, Carrie, I sent your groupie upstairs. She can't stay for dinner because I only have so many lobster. And Carrie's like, she's here. So Carrie goes upstairs and Macaulay Culkin's ex-wife is up there. And she's like, starts painting Carrie's toenails. Samantha now
Oh
gets
yeah.
invited. Yeah, weird. Samantha gets invited to an event by Nina G, the Hamptons hoedown. This is her ex-assistant. And
Which
she's
I think this is a fabulous party idea and everything.
yeah, I think it might be. Doesn't Sarah Jessica Parker say that this is like a regular every year though, or something?
Oh,
Or maybe
except
not.
except Samantha implies that Nina was able to get like more people than Samantha
Well,
was
she
even
stole
able to get.
Samantha's Rolodex. She said that earlier.
Oh
So
yeah.
now Laurel's doing Carrie's toenails, and Charlotte comes in, and she's like, "There's a tiny tick on my stomach, and I can't get it off." And she's like, "It's just it itches." And then Laurel looks at her stomach, and she's like, "Ooh, that's not a tick." And she's like, "What is it?" And it's crabs. Also, they didn't even put anything on
How would a
Charlotte.
virgin know what? Like how
No, she's in the know. She seems pretty
she
sexually like
more about
free.
crabs. Also, yeah, crabs
She probably
aren't.
has friends with crabs.
You wouldn't think a crab was a tick. Just saying.
I shockingly have not had crabs.
I
Is it
have
more if you have? Is it more if
like
you have
10
pubic
years ago.
hair? Like, do you have to have pubic hair to get the crabs?
I think it's a lot easier to get it if you have pubic hair.
Okay. And what do? You just shampoo it?
You use like
Like a solution of some kind?
lice shampoo is
Oh,
what I use.
gotcha.
But some can't. Some like I think nowadays if we got it, maybe they're like more used to that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think you might have to get medication, but you then would have to like you can't leave them. You can't like use the lice shampoo and then you have to like comb through your
yeah.
hair like to get the nits out and shit. I just like basically pretty sure I just like shaved as much of my hair off as I
It'll
could
grow back.
and was like, I'm not leaving anywhere.
Do you know who gave it to you? You don't have to say it.
Pretty sure I know the situation of how it happened, but
Gotcha.
again, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So anyway, Carrie now, this fucking princess, she doesn't even like this guy. She goes to his house. I feel like this is a big swing to be like, can I come
And
over
I
to your
would go
house?
to I would love if a surgeon was like pursuing me who had a house in the Hamptons. Yeah, I would be into it. 100%.
Okay, well, she goes to his house and then she's like, I
Great.
can't go back there until the sheets are sanitized. So she has to spend the night. And
Which
that
I
night
get it.
they slept together, but they didn't sleep together. I actually love that concept. Kind of. I mean, I don't know.
I
Do I
at
like
least want to
cuddling anymore?
cuddle.
Yeah, I like cuddling, but I
I wouldn't
really
want to
love
lay
sleeping
down
alone.
and sleep back to back in a bed with someone. Like, oh well,
Well,
at
the
least
farts, the
I have
farts.
an energy here.
Okay, well, at the hoedown now, Carrie looks amazing
So does
again.
Samantha.
So does Miranda, actually. She's got it all red, and it's kind of this like satiny, almost like
I think Samantha looked amazing.
Well,
She has
Carrie looks like
very high
high
bottoms
fashion too.
on with like a wrap, like a
Yeah,
see-through
she's not
wrap
really
thing.
dressed for a hoedown. Neither is Miranda, actually. But
Well,
Carrie,
it's supposed to be like a Hamptons hoedown. I get it. I get the looks that they were going for. I get it. I get it.
oh,
I
okay.
see the vision.
Okay, well, I don't see Miranda's. Well, anyway, so Carrie's wearing just kind of a what do you call this?
Bandeau
Tube
top.
top. Okay, yeah. And then a like a shitty red cowboy hat, kind of. But
She
like
looks great.
the skirt was like just long and just fabulous. I don't know. She looks
Mhm.
so good. Oh my god, this whole episode she looks so good. And so does Miranda. Yeah, Samantha goes to congratulate Nina, and Charlotte goes to confront Greg. And she's like, "You lied to me about having crabs." And he's like, "Well, you lied to me. I saw your driver's license when we were buying alcohol, and you're actually like in your 30s." And he's like, "How do you even know that I gave you crabs?" And she's like, "That is so tacky." Anyway, so they're in a fight. Nina and
Mhm.
Samantha are now in the kitchen, and Nina's like a little stressed out. And I always remember this friend is also really good. This
Oh,
friend that
she's
runs up,
really good.
she's so funny. I looked her up too.
Yeah.
She's just not really in anything. Like her friend runs up and she's like, "There are people here who are not on the fucking list." And then Nina's like, "Oh, you are totally coked out." And she's like, "You are totally jealous." Just very memorable.
Though this is odd because she goes to Samantha. Oh, are we there yet? The fireworks.
The fight right here, the fireworks
Okay.
go off early.
Fireworks start going off early, and she's like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And she's like, "I don't know. They're on a fucking barge." And then they do the whole thing, and then Nina's like, "Samantha, I need your help.
Yeah,
I am
wrote this
totally
down
fucked."
too.
And this is Samantha's resolution. Okay, everyone, outside fireworks.
Fiesta
Like,
fireworks outside. Let's
telling me
go. It's like
Nina
Nina could have
couldn't
done
just-
that.
Nina couldn't have just said, "Hey guys, head on out, fireworks."
Also, do you even really need to? The fireworks are going off. I feel like everyone will kind of migrate out there anyway. But
Or if they
anyway,
don't want to watch the fireworks, they
so
won't.
Samantha's figured it out, and Nina's really learned her fucking.
Samantha is a PR maven.
I guess.
This is what
No.
being a 30-something woman does.
Oh, but as this is wrapping up, Samantha is like, "Oh, Nina, have you met Greg?" And she introduces Nina to Greg, and obviously he's going to give her crabs. And then Carrie's voiceover is like, "I began to realize the biggest threat 20-something girls pose is just to themselves." So she's feeling all good. Laurel runs up, and she's like, "Look, I got a necklace just like yours." And it says Laurel. And Carrie goes off to find Dr. Bradley Migo. And this must be the moment you're talking about.
I think it
is. Oh my God,
is.
the guy at the party. And Carrie's like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh my God, he's just so cute." So they must have been right here as she's walking.
Because she goes down a set of stairs, and the camera lingers on Laurel up there enough. It's not the top of her face, but it like this part of her body, because she's like so much. And then Carrie leaves her, and she like drops her arms to the side and just is kind of like,
"Ooh, that's kind of fascinating."
I like moments like that in a movie I really like called Sleepaway Camp, which there's a lot of lingering moments in Sleepaway Camp where you're like,
that's always on like lists of like top 10 most shocking endings or shocking twists.
It comes out of nowhere, I would say. But
yeah. Okay, so
Sleepaway Camp, y'all.
Yeah, check it out. Don't sleep on Sleepaway Camp. Laurel. Okay, so Laurel's gone, and then Carrie's on her way to meet her date, Bradley Migo, and she's feeling good. And she's like, "I realized I didn't have to be scared of 20-somethings." And then the line is, "And then everything I so firmly believed was promptly blown to pieces." And it's just Big and Natasha being all in love. And I wrote down this whole conversation because I think it is so perfect and is played so well, because Carrie is she can't even be in a character or like anything because she's so shocked. So her first line to him is it you? And he goes, what are you doing here? And Carrie's line is, what am I doing here? What are you doing here? Which I feel is such a badly written line. What am I doing here? What are you doing here? But somehow Sarah Jessica Parker really pulls it off.
I think it actually makes way more. I think it makes much more. The line actually makes a lot of sense because why is Big there?
Yeah, like you're supposed to be in Paris. Like, why am
I would also
here?
imagine that Carrie would be the type at a Hamptons hoedown party, not Big.
True.
Anyway.
And then he goes, he says a couple things like, this is Natasha. And Carrie goes, I'm sorry. Oh, Natasha has left at this point now. She's walked away and she's like, nice to meet you. And Carrie goes, I'm sorry. I'm just a little stunned here and confused. And he goes, well, I meant to call you. She's a girl. She's this girl that I met in Paris. She works for Ralph Lauren in New York. And Carrie goes, so you're just in from Paris for the weekend? And he goes, no, the Paris deal fell through. Oh God, I feel like that's the worst part. That is such a knife to the heart. Oh God, if she just like played it chill.
No, let's remember though, she left him because he was going to Paris. Yes? Or was it a mutual?
Yeah. But he was saying it might not even happen, Carrie. It might not even happen. But then it's also weird because it's like, why didn't he call her when he got back then? Carrie,
he was already with what's her butt.
Oh, that's right. He met her in France. God, this sucks. This really does all suck.
The situation's also annoying though. Because she's 26.
That is so bad. No, they have more dialogue, but then Carrie goes, so how old is she anyway? And Big goes, I don't know, 26, 27. And Carrie goes, something like that. Well, I guess I'll see you in the city. And then Carrie runs out to the beach and Miranda runs up and she's like, Carrie, what are you doing? And Carrie goes, I just saw Big. He's back from Paris. He has a girlfriend. She's 26. And then Miranda's kind of funnier because she's like, what? Where? I didn't see him. And then Carrie just leans over and pukes and Miranda pulls her hair back. And then the last line is, and then I realized 20-something girls are fabulous until you see one with the man who broke your heart. I'm definitely about to start my period because
I was just gonna say I heard your voice like break halfway through. As though you were giving a eulogy or something.
I don't even know this situation or anything. Like I don't have an experience this. I just think that line is so well written.
I think it definitely would be challenging. You're with someone, you think it's gonna work. You know, something does happen, you break up. And in that, like, you know, some people break up and then they go 5 years before meeting someone else. And then some people break up and within 2 weeks, they're now
usually
like they have somehow found have found someone. And of course, they're like 10 years younger than you.
Yeah.
And they work for Ralph Lauren and you met them in
she's
Paris.
also like
of
kind
course.
of like she also knows fashion.
Like, of course.
And the whole next episode is it X in the City? But it's the one. Like everything happens in this next episode because isn't that where they like run into each other when Carrie's like, oh, Annie, get your clothes on or whatever?
Is it?
Next? Maybe not. Maybe
I don't think so because
after they're married.
Because you mean when they cheat?
No, when they run into each other in the dressing rooms there, and Carrie like has to attend that part. That's after they're married. It's after they're married. Anyway, but the next episode is where they go out to dinner and or lunch, and then he tells her, "I'm getting married," and then it ends with the whole Barbra Streisand Hubble thing. So you have a good episode
to get married. Ugh, I hate people. Anyway.
It's such a good episode though too. I mean, really, I'm excited. And season 3, I think, is my favorite season of Sex and the City.
Well, it's going to be a hot minute before we get to season 3, y'all. Because please, I hope you are like with us. I hope that this has been enough for you and that you were willing to listen to my sidebar about Sour Patch Kids apple harvest. I know it had nothing to do with this, but sometimes
I loved it.
Sometimes you guys just like, I appreciate you feeding my curiosities. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, I am like tongue-tied today. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit subscribe. I don't know how you've made it this far and like you're not subscribed. Hit the like. Leave us a sweet comment. a sweet nothing under there. Oh yeah, leave us
Ooh.
comments. Oh, and share our video if you felt like it.
Comment on this video, actually.
Yes, that's what I mean. Comment on here, please. Also, you can check out our Insta. We post sometimes. Check out our Patreon, please. It's $6 a month. And I'm going through it and I could really use your support.
Well,
really
you got served. Can I really quickly show you?
No, that sounds terrible. If it sounds like that. It wasn't served like because I did some crazy thing, y'all. Please check out our weekly roundup and you'll get an idea of what.
No, it was some Diddy shit. Oh my god, I'm so closely following this Diddy thing, and I love it.
I think it's so sad and gross.
Can I show you though? Because I have another dog here. Can I show you right over here in the corner? This is what Walter is doing. Ready? Look.
Yeah, is he like? I love it. Like, I mean, I don't love it, but it's like, it's kind of funny. I think dogs are just funny in general.
Fine. All right, guys.
He's like, why? My mommy. Anyway, hey, guys, we love you.
Yeah,
if you've made it this far, you're a freaking angel.
You are. We'll see you at our weekly
Bye-bye.
roundup. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.